as a pro wrestler and as, you know, a guy of showbiz, and as the guy that he was putting in that hold, I loved that moment, LOVE in capital letters. Like that was one of the biggest highlights of the show. So for me personally, to see from my perspective, seeing the criticizing that he gets online is a little unfair. Like I was the one who was put in the hold, and I was perfectly okay with it. In fact, I loved it. So if I'm like, I don't think they should get any more upset than I'm getting, because I was the one who was like affected in that kind of way. If it's not your sense of humor, you know, I can understand that. Like everybody's sense of humor is different, but to call it cringe and to call for his retirement, like taking it a little bit too seriously, I think. It was completely as organic as you saw it on the show. Like I was so elated after my win, and then Pat just came up behind me out of nowhere, and I was genuinely trying to like counter him and try and like actually have a wrestling match, but he had me so tight that I wasn't going anywhere. He's stronger than he looks. When he put my arm back behind me, he had it pretty tight. I mean, I've been in enough hammerlocks in my wrestling career to where I know that it doesn't really hurt necessarily, but he did have me pretty tight, and my arm was not going anywhere. So yeah, like I said, I tried to fight out, and he had me so tight that I wasn't going anywhere. That doesn't mean that it hurt necessarily. It just means that he has a much bigger knack for pro wrestling than I think anyone would give him credit for.